Hello everyone. Today I'm going to review my code example, and here I have timer, which is which where I can put time. For instance, I have time for working. It can be up to 120 minutes, and also I have a break over here. It also can be for 120. And here I have a back button, and as you can see, time is running, and also I can stop. And the reason why we need to put break here is to break after time is run out. Let's see how code works out. Here I have main component app.js, which is installed, which is being installed usually when you install React application. Here I have four use states. Here I have show setting use states, which I set as default as a false. Also I have work minutes. By default I have 45. Break minutes is by default to 15. It can be also changed, maybe by 25. Okay, I have 25. It's by default. It's up to you. And here I have also selected sound, which I use as a barking dog sound. I mean, like when time is run out, there will be a dog which will be barking. I hope it's really funny. Here I have main. It's a tag which contains settings context provider. In value I have some different kind of sort of use states and set states. Also I have timer. It contains one props. It's open, and this open is not equal for show setting. Okay, let's look at some different sort of components. First component I have back button. This button is taking props actually, which I import from another component. Also I style here. Class name is with text and SVG for the is SVG. Button settings GS6. This component I wrote for styling and for making this button functional. Here I have usual variable which takes react.createContext, which contains object, empty object. Here also I have pause button. Clicking on this, you can just pause this. Play button JS6. Also I have. It's playing your timing. It's making time it's running out. Here I have some different sort of sounds, but I didn't use it because I had another choices. Here I have function settings model, which takes props as open. Here I have one variable settings info, which takes use context, which I imported from the React. Also I'm console logging this one. And here I have usual div. Right here I have conditional class name rendering. If my display is open, just show me block. If it's not, just show me none. In the label I have setting info, which takes as works minute as a state and 00 as a default number. In the React slider I have usual slider, which I imported from the React.js API, yeah, definitely. And it's, as I can remember, it's usual settings set by default. Also label break 000. React slider also. I have actually two components from the rack slider here. And in the div style I have also class names. Oh, sorry, it's not class names, it's just usual style. It's inline style, which I suggest you to avoid, but if you're in a hurry you can do it. Back button takes usual function on click. It's an arrow function which takes settings info and makes my show settings false. Just let's look at this. Okay. And the main component where I have all my all my stuff is timer.jsx. I created two constants, two variables, which takes different colors. Also have variable timer. It's an actual component, yeah. Also have props over here. It's open. One variable settings info, which takes also use context, and three different use states. First use state is if this is paused or set is paused. By default, I used to actually in this case I used to do it false, but here I replace it to true because it works in a different way. Other const is mod and set mod, which takes use state as a work. It's usual. And below I will show you example of conditional rendering of use state. Here I have seconds left and set seconds left, and it's by default as a 0. I advise you to always use 0 because 5 it will be incorrectly, as I can remember from all my experience. Another three variables is useRef. UseRef is supposed to make a reference to another component from another page, but it's less usable compared to state. Function tick. Right here I have using my useRef. It takes as a current. Here I have another variable which takes in array play to make a hook use sound. If you use TypeScript, this needs to be you need to define a type over here, but I use JSX and it's not required. In the use effect I have function switch mode, and switch mode takes two variables. First variable is next mode, which takes mode ref reference from current, and over here I have conditional rendering, conditional use state rendering. Yeah, if it's true, just throw me break. If it's false or if it doesn't equal to work, just throw me work. Another variable is next seconds. It's the seconds which will be displayed you next after the, and next mode does also have conditional rendering. If it's true, just throw me settings info dot work minutes. If it's not true, if it's false, throw me settings info break minus. In all this all these brackets I multiply on 60. Also have set mod, it's next mod, mod ref, the current is the next mod, and also have set seconds left. It's the next seconds for the next seconds in your React application. Seconds left ref is also a reference. In the seconds left ref dot current I used settings info dot work minutes multiplied on 60, and set seconds left also have current. Also have the here interval, it's set interval. There are actually two intervals, it's set timeout and set interval. Set interval is great used for the situations, for the cases when you need to do it regularly. Timer is a really regular function, and that's why I can put like 1000 milliseconds. It's equal to 1 second. Maybe we can change it for half of a second, and it will work greatly. It will work really fast, as you can notice. Let's put as default. And here is return, which clear my interval, like cleaning my all this stuff, cleaning my history. And here I have array of dependencies, which I put here settings info. Here I have also conditional rendering. I also used here mass round, which takes in the bracket seconds left, divided on total seconds, multiplied on 100. In the const minus I have massed floor, which also works new like mass round, and it divides seconds left on the 60. Here I have left seconds is equal to seconds left. Percentage is also stuff like dividing, and also have function. If my seconds is less than 10, seconds is equal to number 0 in a string plus seconds. Here I have return. I have layout here is div style conditional class rendering. Is its visibility is equal to open. No, yeah, it's like open. Just show me visible. If it's not true, if it's false, show me hidden. Circular progress bar is also important component. Let's look at this. Yeah, definitely. And just usual layout here. It's paused in my case. It's use state, and these use states also have conditional component rendering. If it's true, so play my button on click, which takes on click, and it makes function like set is paused false and is paused ref current equal false. But if it's not true, if it's false, throw me pause button. Also I have div style, which is equal to margin top 20 pixels, and here I have settings button on click. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks a lot.